Right now on Denver 7 News at 5 o'clock, an alleged gunman is on the run after two pastors and a woman were shot in a church. New details from police about the suspect.
Aurora's mayor tries again to bring a homeless camping ban to his city. We're going in depth. The long legal fight a similar law in Denver prompted.
Also a tough break for Colorado's Mikaela Shiffrin. She was eliminated from the giant slalom race in the Winter Olympics after that slip right there caused her to miss a gate. So she is out of the running for a medal in that event, but she does have four more events coming up. And we'll take a look at some of the medals the U.S. team has already won. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brian Sanders.
I'm Nicole Brady. Of course, a lot of people probably got in some skiing this weekend after the snow last week, but we're getting a nice break from that bitter cold, Lisa. It's going to be warm and a lot drier this week.
What a change within just a few days. Yeah, it was a little chilly still this weekend, especially on Saturday, but take a look now. Now we're in the mid to upper 20s, close to freezing in a few neighborhoods, and some really pleasant conditions in store. Lots of sunshine this morning. We're looking at mostly sunny skies, in fact, statewide early on, and a really nice wake-up forecast. We'll be likely just above freezing here between about 7 and 8 o'clock. And then look at some of our highs, anywhere from 48 to about 52 this afternoon, well above normal. We're typically low to mid 40s this time of year. We've got Denver at right around 50 today, and again, some clear skies. Now, there's a slight chance we may see a little light snow later this week. I'll show you where, and we'll take a closer look at the Super 7 Day coming up. But this is really warm, Jason, for mid-February.
Yeah, definitely, and that means we're going to see a lot of melting as well here in mid-February. In our neighborhoods, really, where we still see some of the ice and snow, but the major roadways look just fine, whether it's here on 225, you can see on the southbound and northbound side, light rails moving along just fine. And I have seen a couple of the bus routes. They have no operators available on some of the bus routes, so a few of them are delayed here today. Take a look at the drive on 270. This will be one of the first routes to load up here on that eastbound side, but not seeing any big problems there just yet. Looks pretty nice for us. You can see overall the drive times, whether it's there or I-76, also look pretty nice. The nice drive times on Highway 36 and a pretty smooth drive anywhere you want to go on or off the highways, including to or from the airport, and no issues for us on Pena or on E470.
Some breaking news just in here. Denver-based Frontier Airlines will take over Spirit Airlines. It's a $3 billion merger between the budget carriers. Frontier employs about 2,000 people in the Denver metro and says this will add jobs.
Well, this morning, Aurora police have identified the man they say shot three people inside a church.
Jose de Jesus Montoya Villa is wanted on a first-degree murder charge. One woman was killed and two pastors were injured in that shooting.
Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us live this morning. And Christian, we know the shooter knew at least one of the victims.
Yeah, he did. Police say he had a relationship with one of the victims, but when we pressed them on that, they didn't tell us which victim or how he knew them. But the shooting did happen Friday evening at a service at Iglesia Faro de Luz Church. As many as 20 people were inside when this shooting happened. A 36-year-old woman died on the scene, and pastors, both men, 42 and 40 years old, were rushed to the hospital, but they are expected to survive. The church is in a business park, and word of what happened quickly spread over the weekend.
I feel bad because you don't want that to happen to anyone. Sometimes we're here working in this area until late, and these kind of stuff, events happening here, it makes you worry, you know what I mean?
Police will be reviewing surveillance video and forensic evidence from the scene, but right now the big priority is getting the suspect off the street, and you can share his picture on our Denver 7 Plus app. There's also a $2,000 reward for the tip that helps get him into custody. I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
All right, thank you, Christian. Staying in Aurora this morning, the city's mayor says he will introduce a new ban to stop homeless people from camping. Denver
7's Veronica Acosta joins us live this morning. And Veronica, this is the latest effort from Mayor Mike Hoffman there in Aurora after he spent time in a homeless camp.
And it's the second time that Aurora Mayor Mike Hoffman is trying to introduce a ban like this one that we're talking about. The mayor first introduced that camping ban targeting the homeless. This was last summer, but it did fail after the city council ended in a 5-5 tie, not once, but twice. At the time, Kaufman said he would not give up fighting for people fed up by the fighting.
All right, we will get back to Veronica here in just a second. Just having a few audio issues early this morning, but about a year ago it was Mayor Mike Coffman that posed as a homeless person for a week, staying in shelters and encampments. Coffman said he wanted to learn firsthand about the challenges people face there. He said he concluded living on the streets was a lifestyle choice, and he found drug use was common in those encampments. Well, at least 3 Colorado cities have camping bans. They are Denver, Boulder, and Fort Collins. All have faced court challenges, so let's take a look at Denver's timeline. Started about a decade ago, Denver City Council passed a camping ban in 2012. And in May of 2019, another measure asked voters to end the camping ban, but the effort failed, although 7 months later, a judge ruled the ban was unconstitutional. 9 months after that, an appeals court upheld the ban. And then we fast forward to our most recent election. Ordinance 303 would have modified Denver's camping ban to require 4 designated camping sites and forced the city to take action on an unauthorized camp within 72 hours of getting a complaint. But a judge threw out that 72-hour rule just before the election, and voters turned down the ordinance. The overall camping ban, though, remains in place.
Well, students in Douglas County are planning to walk out this afternoon at 1:10 at Crest Hill Middle School. It's over the school board's decision to remove Superintendent Corey Wise. That vote happened Friday night. While some are protesting Wise's firing, others say this is what the new school board was elected to do.
I think in the end I was sad, I was angry, I was shocked, and now I want it fixed. I want answers.
I trust the 4 new members, and I knew they were going to bring change because we voted for change, and I support them and I trust their processes.
On Sunday, the board announced Danelle Hyatt and Andy Abner will serve as deputy superintendents until a permanent replacement has been found. They sent out a joint letter asking the Douglas County community to work together. Their letter said in part, "We recognize there are varying degrees of emotions and perspectives circulating in our school district at this time. However, we believe we can all agree that our students are our #1 shared purpose and priority."
The Adams 14 school district says it will transition away from its managing company starting on Friday. The district and MGT Consulting have been working together for more than 2 years to try to improve graduation and dropout rates for the district. Also starting today, students and staff in the Cherry Creek School District are only strongly encouraged to wear masks in buildings. The district made the decision to drop the requirement after Tri-County Health decided not to renew its mask mandate. Masks are still required, though, on school buses. Lisa.
It is now just about 5:08, and we're going to be in for some really pretty melting weather this afternoon. Upper 40s and low 50s. We'll hit a high likely right around 50 in Denver between about 3 and 4. And then a pretty mild night as we get closer to sunset. We'll drop back down into the 30s. This is just the start of a long string of some pretty warm and dry weather. I'll show you that on the Super 7 Day coming up.
And it really looks really nice, and we're going to see a lot of meltdown this week. It'll be really nice to get some of those neighborhoods melted down. This is down on C470 at Santa Fe, looking great for us down here to the south side of town. But there still are some areas that are shaded that are going to be tucked in that you're going to see some of that ice and snow. But for the most part, roads look great.
An airline CEO is calling on the Justice Department to crack down on unruly passengers after a record number of incidents in 2021. Plus,
I'm John Matteries. People everywhere are getting calls from the Sheriff's Department saying there's a warrant out for your arrest. What you need to do if you get one of these calls, coming up.